What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Baron's Hideout podcast. I'm Dustin.
I am also Dustin.
And I'm Anna.
And today, we are continuing our full moon January with 1991's Subspecies. But we're not here alone. We got the boys from Movie Dumpster. We got Joe and Sean on. Guys, what the hell's going on?
What is up, man? Thank you guys so much for having us. My first time on the Baron's Hideout, we lifted up the little trap door and we crawled in there, made sure Henry Bowers wasn't on our ass. Is that the same Baron's Hideout we're talking about?
Yeah, dude.
That's the same one.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think it's actually buried below the movie Dumpster. It's under there with House of the Dead and Munchie, I think, which is not necessarily bad. It might be bad in my opinion, but to a lot of people, that's a very good thing.
It's right next to the junkyard right there. We're right there.
It's right next to it. Right next
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hanging out with Pennywise.
we're those three little red demons that old buddy cuts his fingers off of, and they become that badass stop motion little monsters, dude.
The subspecies.
The literal subspecies.
Yeah,
TM.
TM.
Dude, so fucking good.
Literally.
So let's round robin this real quick. We'll talk about our histories, and we're going to start with Anna. Anna, let's hear your history with Subspecies.
I have no history. This was a first time watch.
I love that.
There you go.
And compared to where we started with The Pit and the Pendulum, this was much better. Much better.
Yeah, Anyways,
That was
Anyways.
fun.
Joe, let's hear it, man. Let's hear your history with Subspecies.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, you know me. I was a video store rat when I was a kid and all the way up into my teens and my 20s until they disappeared. But yeah, man, Full Moon. I grew up with Full Moon. This was my bread and butter. So huge fan of the Puppet Master series and a huge fan of Charles Band and stuff. And Ted Nicolau, of course. Subspecies was one of those movies where it was like a direct-to-video vampire movie. So it was like, all right, let's grab that off the shelf. This looks crazy. There's little demons running around on the cover. Let's do it. I'm a huge Little Rubber Monster fan, and we get some of that in this. We'll talk about later. But yeah, it's a staple. It's one of the classics of Full Moon, and it came out around the same time as like Puppet Master 2, like right in the pocket. So I remember that very fondly. So yeah, I like this one a lot.
Oh yeah. Sean, what about you, man?
This was actually a first viewing. You know, funnily enough, I've seen these tapes on Joe's shelf in the video dungeon many times. I thought it was fucking Species. I thought that was the same thing. So, like, when I turned this on and a fucking Nosferatu vampire walked on screen, I was like, what the fuck? And then I remember Joe had said earlier in the month when we were talking to Dustin, he's like, oh, more vampire shit because we're covering Nosferatu over on Movie Dumpster. And that didn't click at that time. I'm like, oh, sexy woman in a pool. What's he talking about? So yeah, first...
Natasha Henstridge's boobs. I don't know.
That's what I thought we were getting into. So yeah, definitely a first-time viewing for sure on my end.
Little D, what about you, man?
Oh boy. I have seen this when I was younger, but I totally forgot about this. Because I was also was growing up on Full Moon movies a lot. You know, Puppet Master, obviously, very, very important to me as a child. But then when Screambox, they dumped them all on there because of the new subspecies that was coming out, and I was like, why does this sound so familiar to me? So I went back and watched it. I was like, oh. Right, this fucking movie. And then I watched all the other ones. I was like, yes, this is great because 1 and 2 they're mashed right together. Oh, it's so good. And just the effects and just the acting in this, I feel like, to me at least, this is like top tier Full Moon. Like, I feel like this is like some of their best shit. Like the sceneries, what they're doing with the crazy shit with little dudes and like stop motion clay and just. Overall, this is my favorite Full Moon movie, period. I know there's a lot of other ones out there, but this one, with how much it like just makes me think of little me watching this and being like, I shouldn't be watching this, but I am. You know, yeah, dude, it's a staple. If you have not seen Subspecies, please go watch it, please.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat, man. Like this for me is like quintessential Full Moon. Like this and Castle Freak for me are like my two favorites. getting to revisit, because it's one of those movies that I've always scrolled past. I did
Sure.
revisit it when the fourth one or the newest one came out. That is 4,
Five.
right? 5. When the 5th one came
Technically
out,
6, but yeah.
the 9th one in the series. I did revisit this one when the newest one came out, and remember how much I fucking loved it. And when because Anna got to pick this whole month's worth of movies, and she goes, "I'm doing Subspecies." We're like, "Fuck yes, you are." let's do it, dude.
Yep.
So
You picked a seminal full moon movie.
yeah, it's definitely a pick me up since last week. So pretty fucking stoked. So
Yes.
before we dive into the movie, I do have Rotten Tomatoes pulled up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a crack at what the critics and the audience scored it at. So we'll start with Sean. Sean, there are 6 critic reviews
Whoa.
for Subspecies.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take it right down the fucking middle. It's a 50. That's my guess from the critics.
Okay. Joe, what about you, man?
Do I pick like out of like stars or like what
Out
they
of
gave
100,
it, or
out of 100%.
out of 100%? Oh yeah, duh. 30%.
Okay. Anna, what about you? $1, Bob.
I'll do like 40%.
Okay. Little D.
All right. I know a lot of people love this. Do I think critics love this? I'm gonna have to go like 22%, man.
Right, exactly right.
This is ripe at 83%.
Whoa!
No way.
Okay. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
Me
man.
too. That's surprising.
That's pretty incredible.
That's
So
a great
now-
thing.
So now out of 2,500 audience reviews, Sean, what are we thinking?
Well, if the fucking critics are 83, if this is not at least an 80, I'll be shocked. 80, I'll
Okay.
say.
Okay. Joe, what about you, man?
I'm gonna put it at 90, 95. Let's go 95.
There we go. Anna?
No, I'm gonna go lower. I think this is more of an acquired taste, and not everybody's gonna enjoy it. So I'm gonna do like, I'll do 50. I'll do like Joe, 50.
Okay. Little D.
Oh boy, we say this every time we do this. We're like, okay, critics do this, and the audience is going to go opposite every single time. But I know how many people love this film, especially people that I know that love this film. I'm going to have to give this like a 96, dude. There's no way it's lower than like anything in the 90s.
It's sitting at a whopping 52%.
Oh, that
How
hurt.
is that
I was almost there, baby.
And
How is the critics
almost,
higher?
I don't know, Anna, I almost got off the call.
I should have flipped
Almost.
my answers. I should have flipped mine.
Yeah, no, it's wild how drastic it is. But again, it was coming out in 91. You know, only 6 critic reviews is, it's a little bizarre.
It's a
And-
direct-to-video gothic vampire epic. Like,
Right.
how many people actually saw it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
And
is
it's
true.
also
The
it's
movie-
also right before Scream came out and kind of reinvigorated the genre a little bit. So people were kind of over horror movies like in the early 90s.
That's kind of
True.
crazy, though. There's like 4 sequels. I mean, I don't know the exact how much later all those are, but like obviously with that kind of rating, you would think it would be higher if they made that many freaking sequels.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, Full Moon just kept pumping them out, so I wouldn't.
Well, sure.
I'm not mad about it. So
Full Moon's
But-
the type of company we're doing it. If it did well, we're doing a sequel the next year, baby. Put it
Doing
in
it
production.
again.
We're going.
doing it again. Who was that famous Japanese filmmaker that would film a movie but make 3 movies out of one?
Roger
I didn't know.
Corman.
There's him too, yeah. But no, there was a guy, he would like cut parts of movies out to make another movie than the one that they're filming. So that's what I feel like Full Moon did.
Okay.
But
That sounds like a lot of Corman, Full Moon, Charles Band, Wynorski deals. Yeah.
yeah. But this movie, man, and I talk about it every time we do a Full Moon movie, because over on B Action we did Doll Man and then Doll Man versus the Demonic Toys.
Mm.
The fucking sets that are in these movies are just unbelievable. Like the scale of them, like the textures, like when they're in actual, real fucking castles, dude.
Mhm.
It's awesome. It's so good. But let's dive into it, man. Let's free for all it. There's no rhyme or reason here, so
Well,
Just
Those
free
are
ball it.
all those. They Charles Band had like access to castles, and a lot of those castles, I think, even for Subspecies, appeared in a lot of other Full Moon movies. He really milked the shit out of it, but I think it suits this series the best, honestly.
Yeah.
Him and Beekler ping-ponging that fucking castle back and forth.
Yeah, the fucking monster from Castle Freak just big chilling in the next room.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to the wrong attic this time.
Yeah. Well, they bought. I think they bought out De Laurentiis Studios, gutted it, and then like they were shooting for Empire. Even they were like shooting like back-to-back movies in the same. I think they were shooting Troll and TerrorVision like at the same exact time.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Beekler was doing like effects on TerrorVision, like then going to direct Troll. I believe. I think that's how the story goes. Yeah.
So what I really love about this movie, and I always make the joke about the Muppets, because the Muppets always have a specific way of traveling. They always travel by map. In this movie, dude, you got is it Radu, like the main bad guy?
Yeah.
Radu travels by fucking shadow. And I love that, dude. Like there's no bats, there's no wolves. It's how ominous this character is being within the shadow, and then he just appears. So fucking rad, dude. And you know, you made a joke about Nosferatu, man. He straight up was Morbius to me.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see fucking Spider-Man swinging in and beating the shit out of him, dude.
We're not doing this
his
here.
face was scary as shit. Or like I said in the text, I was like, he's unsettling. I was eating too. Like when I started, I was like, he's making me feel like unsettled. But he went for it.
Anders Hove spitting out the blood was just he's disgusting, but he's so incredible, man.
He needed
Anders Hove is fantastic as Radu.
He needed a damn haircut. He's got that page boy haircut for the last 400 years or something. Give him a flat top.
Might get him a barber.
Yeah. You put him in a leather jacket.
Stefan?
I do love those long. Yeah, right.
Stefan Vampire? Yeah.
I love the long fingers though, like sausages almost. And it's like we're joking about it, becomes actually a plot element, but it's like, wow, that's what I think of with Nosferatu. Like just outside the hair, like the long shots of him walking in some of these corridors. They gotta be homages. They'd be insane not to be, right?
Yeah, it's heavily inspired by the original vampire stuff, and even vampire lore in general, which I was surprised to see. They have like the Transylvanian like festival where it's all the stuff with the white horse, finding like the vampire's grave and all that stuff. So that's a really cool scene. Yeah, it's low budget, but like they really make use out of the locations and things, and it's a great backdrop for a vampire story. So
dude,
like a lot.
And I don't know if you guys can answer this, but there's quite a few times, like, because he kind of, there's sometimes where he'll break the rules of vampire. Like,
sure,
he's outside during dawn. You know, it's not so much time,
dude. He's got the bloodstone. He's got the power.
He's got the bloodstone, but Stefan does not have the bloodstone, so that's where I have a problem with it. But I will say, I'm gonna say that's like a budgetary restriction. They're like, okay,
that's
we only
fair.
got like we got like 2 fucking days at night, and that's it.
Well,
so
I'll throw him a bone here. I'll reference Salem's Lot, the book specifically, and I don't know if other books or if Anne Rice actually tackled this, maybe famously, but in that they go by the time of day specifically, even if there's a little twilight, like 6 p.m. in that book. So maybe they played. Yeah, literally though. So I guess I thought it was stupid, but in the back of my head I was like, well, Salem's Lot, Sean, don't forget.
I think that it might be accurate, you know, if they can operate it like Twilight, you know.
Rain of Fire, you know, like there's.
Yeah, I know you.
Two glands in the mouth, fucking Anders Hove's bleeding out of his mouth. Drinking the fucking bloodstone.
God damn it, dude. But no, you
asked for it, man.
I want it, dude. But I like Anna's saying, man, the prosthetics on his face, man, he looks so fucking menacing in this. Excellent. And every time we get to see him, it's like it's not wasted. Like when he's there at the festival, we see him more than once in the trees when he fucking takes his mask off and he's in front of everyone, dude. It's so awesome.
When they're walking down that trail and then they cut up and show him in the trees, I was like, fuck no, that was scary.
You know,
he's just sitting there like,
and they went down that road.
Don't go down that road.
The scenes where he's biting the chickadee in the bed from her arm. And when Stefan and Jillian, excuse me. When Stefan and the guy from Puppet Master 2 come in, they're like all all the shadow stuff where he like pulls back and like comes out the door and stuff. I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And the face he makes, like it's elongated, like when he's like
Mhm.
found during that dude.
Mhm.
It's so good.
Yeah,
But
he's
no,
like-
when he
Yeah, his facial expressions are amazing. Super, super cool.
And little dude, to just from the like Anders Hove's voice in this is, I think, pretty fucking iconic because it's like
Mhm.
this whisper of, you know, and I don't remember a vampire doing that. I think this is what I remember, so it's pretty unique in that case, in my opinion.
and
Yeah.
I'm glad he wasn't hot. You know, like this is like also during the time like when
You're
Well,
glad he wasn't
vampires are-
Stefan.
Well,
Yeah,
that's his
or he
half
wasn't-
brother, Stefan.
or he wasn't fucking Kiefer Sutherland with some leather jackets
Also
or Alex Winter. You know, like just big chilling on the fucking pier, not curing cancer or anything. You know, but
Well, he's got his
Homie is
half
ugly
brother.
all the time.
His half
Yeah.
brother's that sex appeal. He's like that poor man's Robert Smith or some shit.
that's
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, that's
He's Bauhausing all over this fucking movie.
Yeah, but that's why he didn't get the throne from Angus Scrimm, dude, is because he's like, you're ugly as fuck. We can't have you be the face of our family.
Yeah.
Angus Scrimm is like, hey, I had a one night stand with that fucking witch, and we got your ugly ass. Get out of here.
We had a little bit too much foreplay with this device that flies in the air. Something this ball.
Angus
name was-
Scrimm looking like the guy who represented O.J. Simpson at his
Oh
trial.
my god.
Fuck is his name?
Dude, Angus Sutherland's like, man, what was her name? Her name, I think, was Haggis. Some
Oh,
bullshit.
oh, dude. Yeah, man. He's already damned. Yeah.
So she's already damned, Anna.
Ed
Too
Harley.
many, too many sips of the old bloodstone there that night.
man. That's what that is. It's from the fucking swamps of Pumpkinhead.
Dude.
Chew.
Disgusting, dude.
Woo.
But no, like we keep talking about his fingers, man, and I love like when he gets imprisoned in that PVC pipe shark cage.
Iron Cage.
Yeah, but when he he can't touch it. But when he chops his fingers off, and we get the subspecies little creatures, dude, they fucking rule. Like those, the stop motion is just so good.
David
I
Allen
mean,
on
some of it
full-
holds
on
up
full
better than
spectrum
others,
here.
but
I
it's
think
still really cool.
I think it's like right up there with the gate. Like it's some of the best stop motion I can
It's
think
so
of
good.
in this vein.
It's
in this
David.
vein.
It's David Allen, dude. He
Wow.
did all of the stop motion for like Puppet Master, everything for Full Moon, basically. Primeval
makes
that just
sense.
had come out.
Yeah. But I like how they're not just like a one and done type of character either. Like they're throughout the whole fucking movie being his little henchman, dude. Like I
Mhm.
loved it. And that obviously, I mean, Joe, you're into that type of stuff. How expensive do you think that was to do?
Very, but
I-
like, I
Look
mean,
at the
I don't know
budget
what
of
deals
this.
they could have worked out and stuff like that because some shots are really good and some shots are when they're growing, when his fingers grow, it's kind of cheesy. But I mean, it's like early '90s low budget green screen, so
Exactly.
I'll give it a pass. But yeah, stop motion in general is just time consuming and it is very expensive because of how long it takes.
Sure.
So
I do love
I
those
always
shots.
appreciate those scenes, and David Allen is the best. He's my contemporary Ray Harryhausen, man. He is like incredible. Or he was, excuse me, R.I.P. But you know, I mean, some of the best stuff. All the Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2 in the beginning, when they're all walking towards the Satan's Den truck, that's all David Allen. Again, Puppet Master, and Puppet Master 2 is all David Allen.
I was just gonna add that, like, when you're saying when they're good, they're really, really good. Like,
Yeah,
they're like
they're
moving
excellent.
cranks and stuff. Like they're going
Yeah.
after this woman with like sticks and shit, and just the faces. It's
when
creepy.
when Radu asks them to go get the bloodstone, that whole sequence of them like jumping on the thing
Yeah.
and pressing the lever and going behind
Yeah, that's so sick.
into the inner
Mhm.
workings, it's so fucking cool.
Dude, when they're down there in the cellar with the lady he was sucking
Mara.
on. Yeah.
Mara.
Oh no, that's Mara's the one that is the vampire already, but there's the
Yeah.
other friend.
Lillian.
They're down there just fucking around with her. That's just it's fucking tight. Like it's
Yeah.
I love that,
He's like,
that they're-
They'll keep you company.
yeah.
make sure
Like,
make
And
sure
they're like poking her with sticks and shit.
what
Oh,
kind of
that's it.
fucking company would that be, dude? Make sure your nipples are out, or else.
That's like solitary
Just
confinement.
suckle.
Yeah, right. It's like solitary confinement where they're like the fucking detention officers are waking you up every 20 minutes and said it's a fucking demon trying to bite you.
Yeah, dude. But the Google and IMDb says there's little to no information about the budget of this series. So it's
Huh.
that's wild to think. You know, like you're talking about, like Joe, how expensive and time consuming this stop motion is.
Tax write off.
Like, there you go.
It must have.
Someone had to be a solid. Like someone had to do
Yeah.
them a favor. You know, like I feel like that would be the case.
Yeah.
I think because a lot of times with Charles Band, he has like a semblance of a movie that he wants, and he's like, okay, these little guys, and I think that's what he pitched Ted Nicolau on, and Ted Nicolau kind of like ran with it and made Radu, and then, well, how do we incorporate these guys? Well, okay, they're like his little henchmen, so they're not really a big part of the story per se, but they're like, you know, his familiars. They run around and do his bidding and shit like that.
Yeah.
They're the titular subspecies. You think it was Radu, right? Because he's like different from the other vampires, but it's not.
He's their mama.
Yeah.
Mama.
Papa!
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is 100% accurate, but was this the first U.S. film filmed in Transylvania? I remember hearing that somewhere. That it was like the
Is that
first
true?
U.S. film filmed in Transylvania.
I don't know. I thought it was Italy because they always had access to like castles and shit in Italy.
It was definitely Romania, like Dustin's saying. I double checked.
It was
that.
Romania?
Yeah, it was the first American film shot in Romania.
Wow.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow, it took him
Maybe
until
that was
the
the
90s
tax
to do
write-off.
that.
Yeah.
Particularly in the aftermath of the fall of the communism in Romania.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Did not know that.
So I was trying to
Yeah,
figure
that's
out
really
where I
interesting.
recognized Anders Hope from, and he's in Critters 4, which
He
I
sure is.
I watched this year.
You love Critters
Love that
4,
one.
don't
That's
you?
one of my faves.
Oh
of
my
Critters.
God.
Two
Oh my
and
gosh.
4 are my
Any
faves.
reputable series always goes to space.
Yeah.
But
It
so,
makes sense for Critters though.
Yeah, it worked for that. So him and I share a birthday.
Oh.
Really?
And it's this
Awesome.
month, January 16th, which is kind of perfect for full moon month. That's
Not
so
11/6.
crazy.
That's fantastic.
No, not 11/6. 1/16. Goober.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, that was a squirrel moment. I was like, oh.
No, that's
And
perfect.
also, it says Radu was named after Radu the Handsome, which is the brother of Vlad the Impaler.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Hmm,
Oh, I thought they were
interesting.
trying to do like a ragu thing, but they didn't want to use ragu, so we changed it
sure.
to radu.
Copyright.
It's not blood. It's fucking
Oh.
pasta sauce in the bloodstone.
God, if it was
He just can't get enough of Mama's gravy, dude. Mama's sauce, yeah.
if it was ragu, he would have been defeated in the first 5 fucking minutes because that is the worst jarred sauce I've ever had in my life.
He's got to get some Prego in there.
That's a little better. That's a little better.
We
Oh,
got to
my.
make an image of radu on a ragu can. We have to.
Oh.
We got to.
It's like a wacky packages, dude.
Now you're
Yeah, we were
talking.
just talking about faux movie shit. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's a good T-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. So, Dustin, where do you want to go with this, man?
Ah, man. Let's just go highlight some of our favorite moments because there's a
Do
lot
it.
of good moments in this film.
Mhm.
And it's a relatively short film. It's less than an hour and 30, right?
It's like an hour 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much, but mine's always going to be the opening when we see Radu, because as soon as you see him, you're in this movie 100%. You're like, I need more of this guy. I need more of his voice. I don't care about anybody else. I don't even care that was Angus Scrim. I don't care. I want Radu. So that's like one of my favorite moments of this whole film, and then obviously you get introduced to the little subspecies. It's just you're hooked from the beginning of this film.
Yeah. Anna, what about you?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Little D. The opening just kind of what sucked me in and sold me. And it was because he was so creepy looking. Very effective. Sucked.
Sucked.
The suck zone. That's it.
Anyways.
Why is this a thing tonight?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Joe, what about you, man?
Man, there's a lot of good parts in this. I think. Can I do 2? I know.
Yeah, sure.
I
You
always
can do
do
as many
this
as
to
you
you. I'm
want.
sorry.
Yeah.
I love when when he first wakes up and it's kind of weird because he's already awake in the beginning from the cold open, but he arises from his tomb when the 3 girls go out to the castle, and she's like Lillian's got her arm in there like trying to open the door, and he like rises up out of the coffin and he's walking down the hallways and stuff. All of that atmospheric stuff I really love.
When he scratches
scene in
or
the
bites
bedroom?
her behind a wall, that's kind of silly, but I guess it ends
Yeah.
up. causing
Well-
tension. It works out in the way it's intended, obviously.
The scene where he's like feeding from her and they
Mm.
come in and they catch him is great. And I love when the caretaker of the castle that they're staying at, the stronghold, he's like, oh, look, I got all of my stakes that I fashioned from ancient oak and this
Yeah.
blackthorn heart of this blackthorn spear. And one of the fucking coolest things that I've never seen done again is rosary beads put inside of a shotgun shell as scatter shot. That is one of the coolest fucking things that I've seen, and I wish he got to use it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has like 2 fucking buckshots of that, and then it's like done. It's like, okay,
It's like,
kill one of them.
Why wouldn't you have why wouldn't you have like a huge pack of shells just stuffed with rosary beads?
Yeah, just like a
like
lot
he's
of
like
them.
Blade out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, rosary is a lot longer than 2 fucking buckshots, dude. I feel like
Yeah.
he should have like the bandolier, like Chewbacca, out there, dude.
Exactly.
Just, why not have fucking reloads, man? Yeah. Sean, what about you?
Just get a. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I actually think my favorite part is actually like when the vampire finally gets the main love interest, if you want to call it. I think the love story is kind of weak in this, but the main love interest, and you're like, oh shit, is our hero character, is he actually gonna break free and stop this in time? Is the old man gonna come in with the shotgun? I mean, he does eventually, but not in time. And I was like kind of shocked that she got bit. I mean, everything Shocker, ends up working out at the end, more or less. Well, I guess they make the sequel. I haven't seen it. I guess I'll have to see it. But that was kind of shocking to me. I wasn't expecting her to actually get bit. And you kind of then are just like, well, I guess she's fucked now. And then, the rest plays out.
But they kind of play on that. They kind of play on that. He because he's told he can't be in love with no mortal woman.
Mhm.
Right, she'll die. That whole trope.
Dude, he gets in on a fucking caveat. Like, he was like, I could break these chains, but I'm going to let Radu bite it, and then I'm going to save it.
Yeah, dude. Well, he's actually already broken out of him. He's just holding it in place.
He only gets broken
Like,
out.
if she bites him, then she'll be a vampire and I'll be good, and then I'll cut his head off later.
Oh, yeah, right, for the ending. But like, he only even gets out because that not Van Helsing guy that's like Joe said, watching the castle, comes in and like shotguns the one bride, or whatever you want to call her, and then is like has this stick and is like, whoop whoop, these are like the best sticks ever. She breaks out of prison in it earlier in the film. Now he just like pops this fucking chain off. It's like, what are these, like these kryptonite, and these are made out of lead? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? But whatever, Ted. You just gotta get the scene keep going. I understand.
Aluminium fucking sticks, dude.
Yeah.
Made from Wakanda vibranium.
Exactly.
Dude, I think my favorite, like Joe said, is when he is found in the room and he's doing is moving through the shadows, but I guess we talked about earlier, his face being elongated. It's scary as fuck. Every scene where he moves through shadow I really liked. And I also really like that the fucking what did you call it, Joe? I already forgot. The ceremony of the vampire where they're doing
Oh,
the
yeah,
white
the
horse.
festival.
The festival. I couldn't think of the fucking wheelbarrow.
Same difference, yeah.
Yeah. But how he lurks through that, I really liked. And he
cool.
doesn't need the fucking mask. He takes his mask off in front of everyone, and still scary as shit, dude.
Well, he grabs that woman like in the middle of the festival, and they're not paying attention because they're all stabbing the grave. That's actually a pretty good part.
Yeah,
it's
lady.
It's creepy.
I was a little upset that camera never came into play because I was hoping they were going to look at the photos and see something, but I guess it was just kind of to trick the audience and make you like kind of miss what was going on.
I like that he disappears though. Yeah.
His hair in the picture. That's it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Little fucking subspecies putting up the bunny ears. Dude. Oh, it's so fucking.
The ending is the end. I don't know if do we want to jump there or
we could jump there.
Dude.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Only because like I love the idea that this puts forth that there's like 2 kinds of vampires, because like Stefan is like the nice vampire, and he like the legend is that at this stronghold where these chicks are staying, they're actually reporting on like folklore there.
Yeah.
And the folklore of the castle is that they were besieged by like these warriors, and they were saved by vampires, so they kind of coexist together because they're like, oh, as like a thanks or whatever, in Transylvania. And then like Radu is like one of the bad vampires and Stefan's a good vampire kind of thing. And that's what the whole thing about the Bloodstone is. They like drink out of the Bloodstone so they don't have to feed off people and stuff like that, because it's like a never-ending well. But it ends up getting like Radu drunk with power, and that's why he's not allowed to have it. And Angus Scrimm's like, you can't have that, and then he ends up killing him. But
I'll take it then.
yeah. But the ending is so good because he's like, I can't die, I am eternal kind of thing. And fucking Stefan just like chops his head off, and you're like, okay, he's getting his head chopped off, he's getting fucking staked, he's done, he's all done.
Well, they
And
didn't
then
put him
that
in.
just
They
banger-
didn't put him in his coffin. Wrap it in garlic and throw it in the fucking river.
Yeah.
They didn't light him on fire either.
That too.
Or
Yeah.
leave him out in sunlight.
But-
And he didn't fall out of a window onto some fucking dynamite.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's werewolves.
Oh, yeah.
No, you got to shoot him with a 38, dude, and then you'll get him. But like that ending scene is just a banger where like you see Radu's severed head and the fucking subspecies come out and like surround it, and it just opens its eyes and smiles, and you're like, oh shit, here we go.
So I haven't seen them in a very
Bloodstone?
long time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Blood, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the sequels.
That's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now all I want are the fucking little subspecies guys putting Radu's head on their body.
What, like DK mode in fucking GoldenEye?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
That's all I'm fucking thinking about now, dude.
That's really funny.
It's funny, just real quick, like you mentioned that, and I was looking at this. This is the cover for the for Subspecies 2, the VHS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? The original poster for this, the original like promo, was the little dudes like holding Radu's head in a box on the cover.
Okay.
And then you got to watch the movie to see how they resurrect him. He's like fucking Art the Clown, dude. How does he come back from a severed head? You got to watch the movie.
You
Yeah.
gotta go find a severed body. That's it.
Oh, exactly.
That's it.
Get on there.
I think the second one takes up right at the end of the first one
Dude,
too, right? Like it's like pretty much like shot for shot.
I can't remember because I was telling you guys before we got on, I got the Full Moon box set, the coffin set, and I was so hyped after I watched Subspecies. I was like, I'm gonna watch 2 before bed before we talk about it. And I threw the disc in, and there was no data on the disc. So
Damn,
I
Full
gotta get a
Moon.
replacement disc.
Yeah, you just gotta
I
get that
can't
burned
remember
copy from the
exactly.
garage. That's all you need.
Yeah, there you go. Charles
says
Band is
sorry,
gonna
Joe.
personally write it and burn it and send it to me on a DVD-R.
Oh god.
Yeah. So all right, let's get into rating this thing, and we'll start with Anna. Out of 5 stars, out of 5 subspecies, what would you rate this?
3.5 subspecies.
3.5 little guys.
3.5 little guys. Or 3 and then Radu's head. That'll be the half.
There you
There you go. There you go.
That's good.
Love it.
Yeah, this is what I feel like what we should have started the month on, because man, after Pit and the Pendulum, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna dig this or not, but this one was fun. I did enjoy the sets. I liked the story. I
Mhm.
did like the acting was great too, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I will watch
There
it
you go.
again. I am at least curious in the second one to see how
You
it
need to
kinda
watch all of them.
ties this
Cool.
one up. But meet me in the middle, compromise, halfway
you're
happy.
gonna. I promise.
Sean, what about you, man? How many little subspecies would you rate this movie?
I give this 3 subspecies out of 5. I like this well enough. Definitely not one of my favorites, but Full Moon sometimes is very hit or miss for me. So the fact that I just had a very good time, and most of my complaints are just about the editing, which we didn't really talk about, but there's just some scenes that just start, and I'm like, did they fucking forget a part before this? Is there like a scene missing? And then you
Get
just kind of like,
distracted.
yeah, you don't think too much on it once you kind of get back into it, but there's definitely a couple parts where I'm like, something's missing here, whatever. I do wish there were some more kills, but I don't think that's what this movie's really going for.
Sure.
And I love this stop motion. I mentioned the gate earlier. That's just very similar looking monster. Obviously, it's not a 1-to-1 at all. I'm not saying that, but it makes me think of that. Another great movie. Actually, I think it's way better than this. No offense to this film at all, but with amazing stop motion, and I love to see that in movies. I wish there was more of it today. I know technology has kind of moved on, and it's great to see people like Joe mentioned. There's that film that finally came out, David Allen's, what is it called again? Primeval?
Primevals.
Finally came out after how many decades of it being worked on. So it's cool. And even like Phil Tippett's movie that came out last year, Mad World, stuff like that.
Mad God.
And then we had
Nice.
stop motion this year as well, man. Or last year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
I
it's,
heard
see
that
stop
was
motion
good.
yet.
Yeah, I heard that was good.
It's pretty fucking rad.
it's becoming very niche to the point where I'm even shocked we had that many in the last couple of years. So it's always good to kind of come back to these movies that have like mastered the craft. And
Sure.
there's more to it than that, but that's kind of my main point I wanted to make.
Yeah, I mean, Leica is keeping that alive, dude.
Yeah.
Like with their,
Mhm.
they have a new one coming out too, which is going to be fucking sick.
Yeah.
So, Joe, how many subspecies are you giving this movie?
I'm gonna give it 3.5 subspecies out of 5, only because it's the first one, and I remember liking the sequels better. But that's only because this is the first foray into the subspecies movies, right? This is the
Mhm.
first one. It's low budget. We're trying something new. We're seeing if it's going to catch. And Anders Hove just fucking it caught on like fire. You know what I mean? Again, there's 6 of these movies. I mean, you got if you count the Vampire Journals because that's like a side movie, but it's the beginnings of Full Moon. Full Moon's at this point has been around for only a year or two, I think.
Mhm.
80, 88, 89?
88, I think is what
Yeah,
we
I think it
said.
was
88.
88. Yeah.
I think is
Yeah.
it 88? Puppet Master comes out in 89, and then we get like I think 1990s like what Shadow Zone, Meridian,
Pendulum.
and
Pit in the Pendulum.
Pit in the Pendulum, and something else. Crash and Burn, the
Oh, yeah.
the Robot Jocks remake sequel,
Oh, yeah.
whatever you want to call it. So this was just like, okay, we're gonna try vampires, let's do it, and it caught on and spawned. I mean, a legacy of films. So I think that speaks volumes. So yeah, I really like it a lot. I mean, it's quintessential Full Moon. Like when I think about Full Moon, it's like Blade and Radu, and Shrieker and all those monsters. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And Evil Bong, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Evil
Evil
Bong.
Bong.
Man, you just
That's
said
ladder, my man. That's like 2000s.
I'm
You-
kidding.
you just said Blade and Radu, and I just immediately went to Wesley Snipes.
Ooh, this
Dude,
one.
No, I need fucking Wesley Snipes
Oh
now
my
in these
God.
movies.
That might be
dude.
the only other Blade, right?
Yeah. Little D, what you got, man? How many subspecies?
I'm going to be giving this a 4 out of 5. I'm not even going to do my other scale. I'm just going to do 4 out of 5. Since this was like one of the first Full Moon movies I saw, other than Puppet Master when I was a child, and revisiting it years later and being like, yeah, this is pinnacle for me when it comes to Full Moon, and just to see how the series evolved. Also, there's some good ones, there's some bad ones, and for it to still be alive and them to make a new one over the last year or two is insane. And that's just a testament of people who love this series and still show it love and talk about it. And Anders Hove are talking about him a lot, but he is subspecies. Like without him, I don't think anybody else could really fit that role. If I was to try to really think, he created something for Full Moon that blew up huge. I love this movie so much, and anytime I have a chance to tell people about it or to have them watch it, like Anna, Sean, your first time watches, that's so awesome to hear, and to hear that you guys like it for it being a 91 movie, early Full Moon, and to see what they're about, and to hopefully want you to watch the other ones to see where those evolve, because it gets pretty nutty. They go crazier than in this one, especially Anders Hove. He amps it a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at a 4 out of 5.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Big D.
I'm here. I'm doing it. 3 out of 5 subspecies for me.
Okay.
And that is mainly because I've made it clear that I am a werewolf guy. I don't like the suave vampire, but what I really do like are the monster vampires that we get in this shit, dude. And Radu, his character rules. Like that's what I want to see when it comes to a creature that only cares about surviving is this character. And I love it. The stop motion slaps in this. The settings are amazing. This isn't my first full moon movie. We will actually be getting to it next week when it comes to my first full moon movie. Yeah, I can't. I'm stoked that Anna and Sean got to experience this movie, and now maybe check out the sequels because they're worth it. They're worth it. All 9 of them. So,
And then,
yeah.
and to put the cherry on top, you could watch the "I Do Anything for Love" Meatloaf music video, and that could be the 7th installment.
or just
No,
the
I'm
part
just fucking with
where
you.
Meatloaf was in that movie Blood Rain. The Ooey Bowl classic.
I would do anything for love.
Oh,
I remember
my God.
being, as a kid, I was like, "Is that fucking Radu? Is that some music video for the movie?"
That's
Sorry.
why he looks like that in Andrew Bowser in Onyx the Fortuitous. Why he looks so fucking grotesque is because of that shit, dude. So, Joe, Sean, we really appreciate you guys jumping on. You want to go ahead and let everybody know what you guys are doing over on Movie Dumpster? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, man. So we're the Movie Dumpster podcast. And you can check us out on YouTube at Movie Dumpster on all your social media platforms. We are also a podcast that you can get anywhere on your favorite podcast apps. We talk about all kinds of stuff: B movies, action movies, sci-fi, horror, everything. Mostly horror stuff, but all the unsung kind of gems and stuff that we like, and maybe favorites that we grew up with as kids. So we do that over there. And it is 2025, so we are kicking off our season 8 of the show, which is very exciting. So we got some good stuff coming up. When is this one going to drop? About
Next Monday.
next Monday. So by next Monday, we'll have our Nosferatu 2024 ripe review coming out, and then
Nice.
we'll have the Brood, David Cronenberg's The
Oh,
Brood
yeah.
from
There
1979
you
coming
go.
for you the following week.
Love
R.I.P.
Cronenberg.
Cronenberg.
I love Daddy Cronenberg. Baby Cronenberg is Brandon Cronenberg.
I said R.I.P. Cronenberg.
He's not dead.
Do you guys talk about
He's very much alive. He's in Canada.
Do you guys
Say
bring up
what?
the Orcock in Nosferatu?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
Is-
the dong. Yeah,
dong that's hanging?
Cinema.
You'll have to watch the episode so you can
you have
see
to check it out
to see
Check it
exactly
out.
how big I say it is.
His
I'm here for
Transylvania
this.
longitude is most certainly there.
Oh my God, Adam, what do you got cooking over on? Give me back my action and horror movies.
We just did Charlie's birthday picks, his action and horror picks, which were Total Recall and Chopping Mall. Total Recall will come out this Tuesday, so at the day after this is out.
Which Total Recall? The original?
The
or
original, yeah. I had never
Thank
seen it. It was
God.
a first time watch for me.
Best
and it was-
sci-fi movie ever made.
It was so fun. I really enjoyed it. And then we're getting closer to February, which means it's Pete month. And
Oh, boy.
none of us know anything that's coming up. So I'm kind of scared, but I'm optimistic a little. So yeah, having fun with the fellas.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
Dustin, what do we got cooking over here, man?
Dude, what aren't we cooking is the question. We got so much shit going on. We're doing our full moon January. We already have our next 2 months pretty much planned out. We got a new shirt design being cooked up right now, which I'm super stoked for. Just a lot of really cool things and just experimenting this year. This is the year of doing things that we love and know work, but also experimenting and adding new things. Like we got our short series that's coming out. The Tales from the Barrens is going to be coming out on, actually would have already been out on Friday. Would have been episode 3, which we highlight 3 short films and just kind of talk about it. And we actually have an interview coming out very soon with one of the people who made one of those shorts, Fishwife. I'm really, really amped for that. And just a lot of full moon. A lot of full moon, and I'm here for it. And I'm
Full
excited.
moon tonight, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but that's all we got over here on the Baron's Hideout, like Dustin said. Derek Eyeball Soup Griffin is whipping up our new t-shirt design. Pretty stoked on that.
Can't wait to see it.
Oh, I'll send you some stuff as soon as we're done here.
Sweet.
It's gonna be sick, man. But yeah, that's all I got. Full moon month is gonna be sick. So Dustin, let's get out of here, man.
Yes, and also thank you, Joe and then Sean from Movie Dumpster to come on and come chat with us. This is awesome.
Dude, thank you so much for having us. I'm so psyched that I finally got to be on the Baron's Hideout. I know Sean was already, so it's been a pleasure, and thanks for asking us.
Yeah,
Oh,
love
yeah,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Happy
And
to be back.
we'll see everybody on the next one.
Bye.